association. So उस समय से almost I think 2006 somewhere we were interacting with GCCI. But there was a big period of disruption of our interactions. And very recently, एक program के लिए GCCI actually approached for like the big program that GCCI is going to have, that is that Expo. And that was the time we again started interacting. And I feel that there is a lot that we as the government can do with GCCI because GCCI heads all the other chambers in the state. And the network needs to benefit from the government initiative. अब सरकार कैसा है कि एक जगह पे बैठ के अपनी पॉलिसीज बना रही है and उनको deliver कर रही है. The problem is that of the outreach of these policies to the people who really can benefit out of it. तो आज आप लोगों के पास इस पॉलिसी को लेके आने का मेरा ये उद्देश्य है कि आप एक बार देख लीजिए आप लोग डाइवर्स बैकग्राउंड से है somebody who is from pharma, somebody from metals and other automobiles. So there is always an interface that can be clicked. So I have tried to capture that interface in my presentation. I don't know how very successful I would be. तो लेकिन आप लोग अपने सवाल पूछ के इस इंटरफेस को और बेटर कर सकते हैं. So I will start with the presentation. चेंज करने के लिए कुछ और यूज करना पड़ेगा. GSBTM was formed in 2004. तो हम लोग 2004 से कोशिश कर रहे हैं टू फैसिलिटेट बायोटेक्नोलॉजी इन द स्टेट. जब हमने शुरू किया था काम, द फर्स्ट रीजन टू फॉर्म मिशन वाज टू प्रमोट द बायोटेक पार्क. So it was a brainchild of our then Chief Minister Modi sir, who believed के mission बनाना चाहिए और mission mode में we should have a biotech park because he had that time very recently visited Hyderabad and he saw that there was a huge growth potential in biotech. However, as time went by, park के अलावा हमको और भी avenues लगे जहाँ facilitation करना हमें जरूरी लगा. So we continued working on those areas. And today we operate under 3 pillars, which is business development, research and development, and human resource development. तो ये सारे pillars के अंदर हमारे various other activities होते हैं. समय होता तो I would have certainly wanted to share with you what we do under R&D and HRD, but I think time is a big constraint. आपका next meeting almost lined up है. So very interestingly, we have an executive committee which looks at all our regular activities, and our executive committee is also the committee that looks at our policy delivery. And they have been very critical about delivering the biotech policy. As DST, as Department of Science and Technology, there are other policies also. So मैं आपको quickly बता दूं कि हमारा जो DST का umbrella है, उसके अंदर एक IT policy है, ITES policy है, and we also have a semiconductor policy. So semiconductor policy and biotech policy together are a very important component of developing medical devices. जिसका अभी बहुत ज़्यादा upcoming market है. In our country, even internationally, it is one of the largest portion of biotechnology, and it is delivering a lot of good to the society. तो इस तरह से आप बाकी सारे पॉलिसीज भी हमारे DST के वेबसाइट पे जाके कभी चेक कर सकते हैं. It might be pertinent to anyone's current ongoing industry. So GSBTM has always focused on building a ecosystem. So GSBTM पहले 2004 में जब शुरू हुआ up to almost 2016 we were doing a lot of things all together. In 2017 we parted out all our research activities into Gujarat Research Biotechnology Research Center. And we also और हमारे entrepreneurship development के तरफ जितने भी activity था, innovation support, वो सब कुछ club करके we gave it to the Saudi Technology and Business Incubator. So ये incubator it is a physical infrastructure that is there in Saudi near Baroda. I very much encourage everyone, कभी भी समय होता है आप कभी जाते हैं बड़ौदा, do let us know. We will connect you to the incubator. The incubator is a very lively place where a lot of startups are right now working. But right now, even matured companies to diversify करना चाहते हैं into newer technologies in biotechnology are also approaching the incubator. So it could be a very interesting interface to go and see the incubator. And after that, in 2020, we came up with the last edition of our component, and that is our Gujarat Biotechnology University. So it is the first biotechnology university in the entire country and most probably in the entire world because there are no universities dedicated to a subject. So now we have this university as well, it is in Gandhinagar. So these are the founding pillars of the entire ecosystem of biotechnology. And as I mentioned, we started with a biotech park. We still have this biotech park in Savli near Baroda. It is left out with a little bit of portion of land yet, and we are right now looking forward to expanding the park. We also have a biotech startup venture fund. So people who want to start up in the biotech space, the fund supports them. Very interestingly, while we had the first edition of our policy in 2016, as we moved ahead, we realized that the number of companies have gradually. So when we started in 2004, the total number of biotech-led companies in the state were very few. They were 80 something. Reaching 2021, that number had become almost 225, and the biggest jackpot kind of an event was that we found out in 2022 that there were almost 700 startups in this space. So when we realized that now the biotech ecosystem is very well built in our state and startups are happening, the government culled out the second edition of the policy, gave certain specific benefits to the industry per se, and culled out many other policies and schemes which were now focused only on startup. So हमको ये बेसिक डेटा एनालाइज करने से ये फायदा हुआ कि हमारे बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप के लिए स्कीम्स आ पाए, आइडिएशन के स्कीम्स, उनका डेवलपमेंट फेज को सपोर्ट करने के लिए स्कीम्स, वो सारे स्कीम्स हम कल आउट कर सके. वी आर स्टिल इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ मेकिंग येट सम मोर न्यूअर स्कीम्स. So, and this encouraged us to put out the second edition of the policy as well.
We have a meeting after 5 minutes, so we would appreciate if you can do it a bit faster,
right,
rather than elaborating all.
Okay. So, the possible diversifications that I can see through GCCI, that is possible. So, if there are pharma companies, you can start looking at biologics, gene therapy, vaccine production, stem cell therapy, clinical testing and animal testing facilities, and BSL labs. Right. So this is the diversification that is possible with pharma people. If there are people in food, you can start looking at probiotics, precision fermentation-led smart proteins, synthetic biology. These are the areas which you can think of in the biotech space. Agriculture, you can think of biofertilizer, biopesticides, molecular tools, tools-based breeding in animals. Material sciences people can look at bioplastics. It is coming up in a very huge way internationally. For environmental solutions, we have biofuels. All three categories are included: bioethanol, biodiesel, and biogas. If people are there in the regulatory space, you can look at all the accreditation, testing, and certification laboratories, which are very important in the biotech space. And if there are people who are working in the infrastructure space, then, so like, you are making buildings and all those things, you can start looking at scientific infrastructure, like plug and play facilities, BSC facilities, which are on need of the hour. So quickly coming to the policy, the new edition, it aims at 500 units of business in this new policy term, almost an investment of 20,000 crores, and to generate employment of almost 1 lakh in the state in this space of biotech. So the kind of activities that are supported, you can be a new unit, you can be an expansion from an older biotech unit, or a diversification. So you can be from plywoods and molding to down to biotechnology. The policy also supports mega projects in a little different fashion. So the mega projects qualify with an investment of more than 200 crores in its capital expenditure, or generation of more than 500 employment. Very important key factors that have been emphasized in the new policy are the special projects and the ecosystem strengthening projects. So as you can see, the ecosystem strengthening projects are the ones which are peripheral to the biotech industry. They are not at the core, but we understand that this is a very important component to take biotechnology ahead. And so these are also included along with the mega projects for the benefits. So what all is biotech? So if you are making a product which is biotech-led, or it is a absolute biotech product, they get included. Or if you are giving services in the biotech space, they get included. The units which are formed during the policy period or 12 months before the announcement of the policy. The policy was announced in February 2022. So if your unit was formed just 12 months before that, all these units get included in the policy. The units have to be companies or LLPs. We do not support sole proprietorship companies and partnership companies under the policy due to certain legal issues that are possible. We also support special purpose vehicles, which are formed with industry associations like GCCI, collaborating with some industry and an institution to bring out some special projects. So SPVs are supported under the policy only for special projects. The capital assistance that is available under the policy is 25% of the EGFCI. So there are two categories of capital support. One are for the regular projects which are investing under 200 crores, and the others are the mega, special, and ecosystem strengthening projects. So the total ceiling of support that is possible for regular projects is 40 crores, and that for the special projects is 200 crores. The policy support extends over 5 years, and we support for plant and machinery, the building per se, registration and stamp duty, technology upgradation and acquisition if someone is doing it, and other utilities. I will just want to mention here that the building part is capped at 25% of the plant and machinery support. Again, a little bit of description here. I will skip this. For the operational assistance, you can get up to 15% of the support, whatever you are incurring for the operations. And again, here there are two parts, the regular projects and the mega projects. The ceiling for regular projects is 25 crores, and that for the mega is almost 125 crores. So it is also again spread over 5 years. You get power tariff support, patent assistance, lease rental, bandwidth, and quality certification assistance. So this all, the CapEx and the OpEx come in one basket. Certain parts of OpEx, we have kept it apart from the OpEx, so that people can benefit more. One is the employment generation incentive. This is a very new incentive. It is a one-time incentive where we give 5,000 per male employee and 50,000 per male employee and 60,000 per female employee for the first year of their recruitment. And it has to qualify for the 50% of CTC of the employees to the company. The EPF assistance is very much like the industrial policy, 100% for females and 75% is reimbursed for male employees. And the interest subsidy, this is the most coveted support of this policy, as well as the earlier policy that we had, the earlier edition that we had. So 7% on borrowings up to 100 crores and 3% on the borrowings up to more than 100 crores. These are some special benefits mentioning about the interest subsidy. Maybe you can read in the policy. Electricity duty is 100% reimbursed through the policy. And that's it. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Do I open it again?
I think what we can quickly do is that we should circulate it to the pharma industry. Where is fermentation also part of?
Yes, absolutely. So not only pharma, even food people, because food people, if they are looking at nutraceuticals or
so nutraceuticals is a big market.
Yes. And there are a lot of nutraceuticals which are derived from the fermentation.
The probiotic.
Yes, probiotics is key of them.
Right.
These are the areas which are important in the industry.
What we should do? Our presentation.
So this presentation we can circulate to the pharma industry.
If you can share, then we can circulate because we have.
It's there in this laptop.
Very nice.
One more thing, Mrs. She can have multiple series of these webinars. Where she's connecting, because getting a government connected at that level is
So
not easy.
what we can organize before this, whenever there's a EC meeting whenever there's a committee meeting of food and pharma,
You can
then Kavita,
Yes, sir.
we can connect like this. We can circulate to all our pharma and food. But if you can, whenever they have a meeting,
Yes, sir.
if it suits them,
connect with the Zoom.
we can connect with all the committee members, so it becomes more sensible and they can carve out a program for
I
them.
understand also GCCI has a monthly, some weekend kind of meeting, right? On Sundays.
Monthly executive committee.
So today,
Not that one.
no, so in the morning, yeah, so we
It's
have.
online. Online mode, in an
But
online.
that
That's
is
a different.
that's about a discussion on.
Okay.
So that is something different and not relevant to
Right.
this.
That is kind of inspiring talk by a
Okay.
fellow entrepreneur who has made it big, you know,
Okay.
it's about that. So,
No, but maybe something else.
that is very, very broad spectrum, I will not draw any.
Basically, we want to do the focus audience.
So the focus, like we've understood it, I'm from the chemical industry, so and we also is the equipment supplier of the pharma and biotech and the chemical industry. So we understand where it is going, but our thing is that now we have to narrow it down to the focus audience. The audience would be not chemical also, it will be pharma, food and food. These are the two segments where one would want to focus.
Right.
And yes, it's a very good move by you that it is being propagated. Otherwise, they lie in this book and.
और वो धूल खाता है.
The subsidy and everything will one back.
But honestly, I have this question, very blunt question I'm asking. Are these subsidies being released?
Yes, absolutely. So.
If the government has a budget, the set of a point, we are not getting enough.
I've been very open, candid.
Very sensitive question.
I have a tendency to my program. Where GCCI is part of the committee. And it was RP thing. So I was the secretary 2 years ago, so I got part of the right now. I got part of the committee. So 2 to 3 years, no disbursement was happening. I'm talking about R&D.
Very solid.
So, that's it happening. I'm just asking whether, when we promote, is it happening?
So I'll tell you the statistics of this new policy. Right now, under this new policy, we have some 74 applications already in. We have given them in principle approval as well. Now they will revert back to us for their capital assistance in a short while as soon as they commercialize. So they have to commercialize because in our case there are also new units. So they have to commercialize in that unit and come back to us and tell that this is done. Now kindly reimbursement. So the capital.
One more help we would. Whatever disbursement is happening, in order to encourage our members that this is actually happening. If you could, I don't know whether you can share or not that since 2022, how many companies have gone? Because I'm sure it's a public information. This much amount happened. These companies. The whole idea is that people like honestly with myself, these are all concepts.
वो back of mind वही रहता है कि सब्सिडी मिलेगी कि नहीं मिलेगी.
अच्छा तो हमारा जो पुराना एडिशन था इस पॉलिसी का जो 16 से 21 तक का था उसका डेटा हमारे वेबसाइट पे है. Are you aware of Concord?
Concord, yes.
Concord is a recipient of our policy benefit in the past.
Madam, we want such names. We want such names that if these large companies get it, why can't small companies also get it? And we
I can certainly share it.
essentially at Chamber, we would want to focus more on the MSMEs. Right? Large companies, so they have their own ways and means.
Because Concord Biotech is a very big company.
Yeah, it's a very big company.
It
So
is now big. It was earlier.
That is also a good idea.
When we started mission, it was an MSME.
Yes, yes.
Almost.
So it's a great
Almost,
company.
yes.
So if you can share with us which companies have got how much, it's public information, but कोई आदमी फुर्सत नहीं होती है कि वेबसाइट जाके देखेगा. But along with this presentation, if you can add recipients of this, it encourages people. This person has got so much money. This person has got so much money. So then people will also think for
FOMO create हो जाता है कि उनको मिल गया दे रहे हैं.
Just to add to the initial discussions,
Yes, sir.
the main problem starts with the focus. So that's where we also debated that point during our initial meeting with by everyone.
अजय
The main
हम चाह रहे हैं. Madam, we have one another meeting. Sorry.
Yes, yes.
But
So one second thing which we want to do
we
is
wanted to support a joint effort here with the GCCI expert. In fact, for pharma and biotech sector. Now he is switching, I guess.
Dr. Viranchi Shah.
So, but he is the chairman.
Viranchi
Shah. Yeah, this
Shah.
Shrenik Shah. Raj Borden, right?
For this training, right?
Yes.
So what is this just in mind? What we should discuss because IDM may also play a significant role in mobilizing this members. Our intent is to go to the right people. Now, when they look at the policy and the benefits and the kind of processes which are happening with them, they get a wow with them. And they get surprised even this is happening across the not only states but outside the state also. When we presented to the Hyderabad people, when we presented to the Bangalore, biotech people, they are also looking at it. And there are a lot of players who have come from the outside.
Correct.
So now the problem starts with the right one.